everybody, Taylor here. The Southern Ginger. Hi. This is my very first YouTube video, so I'm going to fill you in on everything that I've been working on, a little bit about myself, and hopefully plans for the future. Hopefully. First of all, a little bit about myself. I am going to be 21 tomorrow, April 6th. Yay. So I know I'm really young to be cross-stitching. Sometimes whenever I tell my friends that I cross-stitch, they're like, are you old? Like, why? But I picked it up sometime in, I think it was August when I first started. So I'm definitely still an amateur, not anywhere near some of y'all. I watch y'all's YouTube videos all the time, and I'm like, oh my god. Hopefully one day I'll be that, either fast stitcher, nice stitcher, all that kind of stuff. I'm from Georgia, so if you get that hint of a southern accent, I definitely apologize, because sometimes it comes out really, really thick, and then other times it's just kind of there. I have a lovely fiance, which I'm hopefully going to marry in September, but let me tell you something, weddings aren't cheap. They aren't at all. I have two little rats that I call my babies. I have a Chihuahua and a Dachshund. They are the loves of my life until I eventually have my own children. So they are my children. And yeah, so that's about the gist of me. So let's get into the stitching. First of all, I want to show you my finish for the year. I seriously doubt I'm ever going to finish. I'm going to finish more than one this year. If I do, I will be super surprised, unless it's like an itty bitty project that I just pick up along the way. So my first finish is actually a Harry Potter finish. I love me some Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. My fiance hates it, but I still do it. So anyways, this is Slytherin, the house crest. This was a free pattern by, let me see if I can find who it's by. This is by Colleen Carrington. I'm not sure. I found these off of Tumblr, so I'm not entirely sure where the website is, but they are totally free patterns. They have all 4 houses, Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw, which I'm hopefully going to stitch all of them in time. I have all the fabric for them. I just don't have all the floss or the time right now because I am a full-time student. So yeah, this is my finish. I'm hopefully going to, the way I've decided to frame it, it's not really frame it because I think just traditional frames would look retarded on it. That's just me. So I picked up these canvases. I think this is like an 8x10 canvas or something like that. And the actual design is like 6 point something by like 7 something. I'm not sure. So I picked up these 8x10 canvases, and I'm going to hopefully mount it, which this one I didn't leave enough fabric on the ends, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to work around that. Hopefully going to mount it on there and like staple the sides. I thought about getting some like ribbon or just extra fabric that I found, and putting sewing them on the sides, but I don't have a sewing machine right now, so that'd be a lot of work. So I'm just going to try to work with it, because I think there's like literally just enough to mount it on there, but that's a project for another day. I'm not in the mood to deal with it today, or actually this week. I'm ready for school to be out, that's for sure. Okay, so let's see what else I'm working on. I'm also working on, this was my very first large scale full coverage cross stitch project. This is Belle with Beauty and the Beast, got Belle, and then the Beast will come on the bottom part. I've got like 1.25 page left, not even a quarter. There's like 3 rows on the last page, and most of them are black. So yeah, there's Belle. This one, since it was my very first full coverage cross stitch piece, I've run into a few problems with it. It's definitely a learning project. This is actually for my soon-to-be sister-in-law, so I'm not really too concerned because she doesn't know much about cross stitch. She just thinks it's an awesome picture. She loves Belle. So the first problem I ran into was the black. Oh my gosh. If I ever do this project again, I'm just going to do it on black Ada because this is ridiculous. Like, for reals. There's a lot of black stitches in here. And even if I don't do it on black Ada, I'm going to make sure to buy all the black I need at one time because I bought regular skeins of DMC black for like the whole top row, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So then I bought one of those balls of DMC floss that you can get at Hobby Lobby. They're like $3. But now I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough, so I'm going to have to go back and try and figure out which one I bought because they have like 3 different types. They have like a thick version, and then a middle version, and then like a really thin version. So I'm not sure which one I bought. But that's for another day. And then also, I ended up picking up one wrong color. So now, and I figured that out whenever I went to put a new skein onto my bobbin that had the old one on there after I ran out, and it was not the same color. So I was like, crap. So now I've got to figure out which one it was, and I think I only messed up on one number. It was supposed to be like 839, and I think I grabbed 829. So hopefully that's where I messed up. That's the only thing I messed up on. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish at least most of this before the end of the year. I've been working on it'll be a year. This is the first one I started, so I started in like August. So hopefully I'll be finished with it. I'm really hoping this year. But with the wedding and everything, I'm not entirely sure. But it's okay. We'll get it figured out. Oh, I also wanted to show you with my Hogwarts crest, I'm going to frame it with this. I purchased this poster it's called the Half-Blood Prince. I found her on Instagram, but she also has her own website, which is property of the halfbloodprince.com, and I'll try to link it below. And this is, I'm going to actually frame this one. I'm not going to put it on like a poster or anything like that. I'm going to frame it and then put the crests on the sides or like in the corners or something like that. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, and then I asked my fiance asked me, he goes, where are you going to put those? And I said, well, I don't know. I thought about sticking them in the living room. And he was like, no, that's not happening. So I'm going to somehow sneak them into the bedroom, even though he probably doesn't want me to. It's okay. He won't know. Because if I put them in the office, he's got to look at them all day, and I'll never get to see them because that's basically his office. So if I put them in the bedroom, I get to see them all day. Yay! Okay, so the next project that I'm working on, I only have one color right now for it because the chart calls for like 89 different or 86 colors, and I just don't have the money right now to buy them all, which hopefully my fiance told me for my birthday he'd buy me all the rest of the colors, so that I can continue and actually have something else to work on. But this is Enchanted Seamstress by Heaven and Earth Designs. I love Heaven and Earth. Michelle does an amazing job on charting, and it has so many details. It's ridiculous. I'm like, sometimes I want to scream. There's so many details in it. Because I'll stitch something on my other project, which I'll show you here in a minute. I'll stitch it, and I'm like, this doesn't look right. This looks ridiculous. And then I'll hold it away from my face, and I'm like, oh, okay. That's actually what it's supposed to be. But yeah, so hopefully I'm getting the rest of the colors for this one. I absolutely love this one. One, because I'm a big sewing person. My grandma actually got me into it. She tried to teach us, but of course, when you're young, you don't really care. Most people don't want to learn how to stitch, especially, my generation, because we're all about the technology and we're kind of stuck in the middle of knowing how to do all these like sewing and reading and all that kind of stuff, and then stuck on our phones and the computer. So, I mean, what can you do? But yeah. So this is where I'm at. I have not gotten pretty much anything done. I mean, honestly, I haven't done nothing. I've done this. Yay! That's only like 3 rows or 4 rows from the first page. Yippee! And most of the first page is black. Gotta love black. Yeah. Definitely, if you're going to buy any project with a lot of black, I definitely recommend you buy a cone of floss, which Heaven and Earth sells it. I think 123 Stitch sells it, and there's a couple other places that sell it as well. You just have to order it. I think you can get some off of Amazon too. I've heard of a few people buying it off of Amazon. I'm just a little hesitant because, it's Amazon. I trust Amazon. I trust that it'll get here and my money's going to a good place. I just don't know if it's like genuine DMC floss that's not going to look stupid. But yeah, so there's that. And this fabric is so huge. Sometimes I'm like, what did I get myself into? This is going to take years. It's a good thing I'm young, because maybe I'll get it finished before I'm like 90, if I live that long, Okay, so there's that. This, I bought this kit. I haven't started it yet. This is the Thomas Kincaid Little Mermaid kit. I love the Little Mermaid. If you can't tell, redhead, Little Mermaid. I always looked up at her. Other than the fact of now that I'm older, I'm like, she was a rotten brat. But I bought this a couple months ago, actually. I think I bought it before Christmas time. It was on sale for $17, and that's a lot better than $46. Because I'm sorry, but I probably would spend $46 on a different kit, but I'm just not so sure about these Thomas Kincaids. Of course, I've never stitched one, so I'm not sure how good the quality is. The fabric in here is like really, really stiff. I'm not too crazy about that. I'm trying to decide, and it just doesn't seem big enough. I haven't really read the directions, so I'm not sure how much give it has for framing. So if it doesn't have much, like if it's only like an inch or whatever, I'm probably going to find a different piece of fabric, because this one's kind of pitiful, but that's just me. This is actually supposed to be on 18 count Ada. My Enchanted Seamstress is on 28 count, I believe. And then my Harry Potter crests are on 16 count. So, I'm actually working right now. I started this the other day. I started Gryffindor, which, like I said, all these are free patterns. You just have to find it. You just search it. It's Colleen, Colleen Carrington. These charts are done really well. I mean, it's not like super, super elaborate, but for a free chart, they're really good. So this is as far as I've gotten. I've gotten like most of the border done. This is where the Gryffindor goes, and then the lion's like up in here. But I started this after I finished a page on my other chart, because I needed a break from like full coverage, 28 count, something that I can just like pick up, don't have to have a light on or like a bright light on, because my brain is killing me. You don't have to think too much about it. But I'm hopefully going to have that one finished. My goal is to get it done within at least a month or two. Because my Slytherin, with everything that was going on, I started that one in November, and I just finished it a couple weeks ago. middle of March or something like that. So I'm hoping to get Gryffindor done a little bit faster. But you never know. Okay, so this is the other one I'm working on. This is Elsa, also by Heaven and Earth Designs. Pardon me. She is a retired chart because of, I think they had some like copyright issues, something about, because they called it Elsa, copyright issues with like Disney and all this other crap, which, I mean, honestly, that kind of makes me mad, only because it's kind of stupid, because you could have somebody totally make a whole new chart. Like, it doesn't matter. It could look nothing like Elsa, and you can call it Elsa, and then somebody would get mad and say, oh my goodness, you use Elsa. That's Disney. You can't use that. That's just me. But, you know, whatever. So this is as far as I've gotten. You can't really see the beginning of page 1 because I moved the cue snaps because I was going to start on page 3 for the challenge on Heaven and Earth Facebook page. But at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to do the challenge because I already do cross country, and that's what the challenge is. You have to finish a page with cross country. But I just don't know if I'm up for that kind of pressure of trying to finish a page in 3 months. This second page only took me like a month and a half, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm still going to stitch it. I'm just going to go at my own pace. I'm not, and if I don't get it finished before the challenge is over, it's okay. I did the previous challenge. That was what was on the Enchanted Seamstress. That's why it was in blocks. I did the previous challenge, so I'm really not worried about it. But yeah. So she's finally, I'm starting to get some of her hair. That was in page 2. And then a snowflake right here. I'm so excited to finally be seeing something. Because on the first page is a whole bunch of acrylic and white. And some more white. A little bit off white. I think there were some greens in there. But like 4 stitches. But yeah, so I'll eventually get it finished. It won't be this year, that's for sure. With at this pace, at this rate, because I'm only just having with page 2. Yeah. So there's Elsa. Other than that, the only other chart I have that I haven't even started yet, and don't really have any plans to start it, because this fabric I have to order, and the fabric itself is not that expensive. Now the big pieces, if I hadn't found those at Hobby Lobby, oh my gosh, the big pieces on 1, 2, 3 stitch, I think I checked, or something like that, were like $40 with shipping and everything. I was like, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money on fabric and then the floss and all that kind of, and then the chart itself, I was like, I'm just gonna order a kit from Heaven and Earth Designs because that has everything in it. We know it's good quality because the kits, I've seen pictures of them, are super cool. I want to get one myself, but they're like $100. But you know, it's one of those things. Yeah. I'll eventually get one. Just won't probably be anytime soon unless I can butter up my fiance. But this is the other one that I bought on a previous sale. This is Story Keep History of Chocolate by Randall Spangler. I love his stuff. They're super cute. They're really cute. I really like them. And I just picked it up because I love chocolate. And the little dragon is super cute. He's sitting there eating a piece of chocolate. Yeah, so that's really all I have to show you at the moment. I'm going to try to do updates every now and then. I mean, if I don't do it every month, you know, I don't think anybody's going to cry about it. But, yeah. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, just post it down below. And I will answer anything I can. Next time, I think I will tell you a little bit more about myself, more about my hobbies. you know. All right, thanks, guys.